We've got a full house tonight. I've got not only Tiffany and Rae, but we've also got Juston, who moderated the chat tonight and did a just fantastic job, or as Tiff would like to say, a totally awesome job. So we are doing a quick recap. Let's talk about it. We were talking about Transform and Ed in 2018, the digital revolution. And this was cool because Tiffany and Juston did a really cool thing. We did like a 2-day like crossover chat. It's like when the superheroes from one show come to another one, and it's just like the coolest thing ever, right?
That's
So,
like that analogy, Jeff.
What's that?
That's exactly what it's like.
That's exactly what it's like. I know. Like it's like Juston was the Green Arrow and Tiffany was Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
I mean, when they crossed over there to fight the alien, never mind. This is the Flash. I'll be the Flash.
You'll be the Flash.
Thank you. At least Justin's with me. That's all that really matters. So we were talking about that. It was really cool. Last night, Tiffany hosted your chat, and then tonight you were with us on Mastery Chat. So let's go to you first, Justin. How you feeling after the chat? Like, what's going through your mind right now?
Oh, physically, I'm pretty tired. My hands hurt, I'll be honest. A lot of people, a lot of great ideas. I was really interested in the chat tonight because digital citizenship is something that I would say I'm a little passionate about, but something I'm not extremely knowledgeable about yet. I teach fourth grade in a fairly urban environment, so technology is something that I don't have complete access to yet. So I was really interested to see other people's thoughts as to how you can incorporate technology and how you can sort of bridge the gap between a student-centered classroom and a technology-driven classroom. So that was probably my favorite question of the night. I believe it was question 5 that was connecting the two.
Mm-hmm.
And then also followed to that would be question 6, looking at, well, how can we sort of change the negative mindsets of staff, of community members, of family members that don't necessarily believe in technology and kind of want sage on the stage teachers with rows and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed it. I loved some of the combinations that people were sharing about choice and citizenship. I think that was kind of my big takeaway was if we give kids the choice to do things that they know how to do and sort of model for them, then they're going to learn how to be true citizens. But if we really limit them and don't give them the choice, then they're never going to develop any digital citizenship.
Yeah, I love it. Very cool. I just saw Susan saying that she got inspired to write a book tonight. Like,
go Susan!
How cool is that? Yeah, go Susan! Do it. Make it happen. All right, here we go. Is everybody ready? Everyone sitting down.
I'm dying here. I want to talk.
Tiffany, how are you feeling?
I'm awesome. So I'm sitting there and Justin's talking and I don't want to be rude and talk all over his words, but I'm just like, yeah, what you just said, because I love it all. I always love how you could have, there's 4 of us right here and all 4 of us took something different out of this chat. We all had different side conversations and tidbits that we pulled, and that was it. It was awesome. I loved a lot of the conversations that were happening around modeling and how we can't expect our students to really understand or learn how to be digital citizens unless we show them, right? And not show them in the sense that like stand up in front of the board and say, this is how you do, that's not our thing. But together writing a collaborative email to somebody in the world that can give you some expert information, right? What a great learning experience that is. And just, I'm sorry, I'm really excited. There were just so many great ideas that I want to go do tomorrow with my students that I see in the morning. And that modeling was a big piece of it. So it was awesome.
Very cool. All right, Rae, you're up.
I've been patient, right?
You've been very good, like much better than Tiff, who was like, just like freaking out over there.
Well, we were joking before we went live. We're like, how are we going to manage not all talking over each other? So like holding my tongue, not easy. But I love this chat, not only because digital citizenship is such a hot topic that teachers are constantly trying to revamp. So you talking about how you weren't necessarily an expert in it. Yeah, I don't think any of us are yet, right? We're still in this digital age where
where students are almost learning the technology before we are sometimes. So really finding that balance between teaching it and learning it as an educator and then presenting it to our students in a, you know, kind of manageable, innovative way. Gosh, there's so much there. But the one thing I do like, I have to say, Jeff, my mind is always in this spot, so I apologize. But today's conversations were so much about bringing our students outside of the four walls of our classroom.
Yeah,
because technology allows us to do it. And that is just like, that is my favorite. We need our students to see beyond just the room that they're within and start collaborating and practicing and doing all these things with people on the outside. So Tiff, your point exactly, practicing writing an email, that's not only valuable for digital citizenship, but it's valuable for life skills, soft skills. I mean, it's like,
and we've seen a lot of cool collaborations come out of connections from Mastery Chat of teachers coming in to other teachers' classroom digitally through video and stuff. And while it might seem that that's just kind of cool because it's coming in from thing, what it's doing is teaching those kids that, oh, there's a big world out here. This is a guy that's like, I'm thinking about it was Roman went into someone's class down in whose class did he get into?
Yeah, he goes everywhere.
But the one specific was in Florida, so it was like
Jordan.
They're getting to connect. Yes, it was Jordan. Yeah, so they're getting to Jordan students are getting to connect with someone from a different country, and so that gives like an extra incentive and more engagement into let's explore about Canada. Where is it, and why is it different from the United States, and why do they say A all the time? I love Canada. I can't help it. I love Canada. But like this world, we've seen it more and more. And actually, I can't remember. I think it was Roman too. I think that like ended up like showing up at someone's class. But we see these opportunities for students to do it. But yeah, Ray, I was listening to and reading all those things and thinking to myself, wow, they're really going outside of the four walls of your classroom, which we obviously love with our Teach Further stuff. So,
well, and I think that teachers see that vision and they're not sure necessarily how to do that. And so for those of you listening that have never either brought somebody in or pushed your students out, like all you have to do is send an email or send a Twitter direct message and be like, hey, I want to collaborate. Let's brainstorm how, because that first step is all you need to then start moving and grooving.
Yeah. Really cool. Let's get Justin back in. Favorite? Yeah, I mean, go ahead. You got something to add? If you got something to add, go ahead.
I was going to say, hit me up on Twitter. I'm more than willing to collaborate. Baltimore, Maryland is open and ready to work together with whoever wants to join us.
He's speaking for the whole district right now. So we're going to hold you to that, Justin. The whole district.
I can do that. I'll have the platform.
Deal.
I can do that.
I think we need like a team.
We've got collaboration plans.
We need a team trip to Baltimore. Is that what
I'm okay with that.
Come on down.
Jeff, you're paying, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just fine. Why not? Justin, let's talk. Did you have is something sticking in your mind, like a favorite answer to one of the questions, something that really stood out and kind of smacked you in the face that just really got you going tonight?
The one that I was talking about earlier, as far as like combining collaboration, choice, and citizenship in the same conversation, I thought it was a great way to kind of apparently put it into one piece. The things talking about like mindset was really interesting as well, as far as like judgment. The one at the end that I really enjoyed, I forget who it was from, but it was the fill in the blank question. And it was looking for students in the future that had a justice mindset and were able to sort of address equities and understand what life is truly about for all people. I thought that was a powerful extension about how technology can sort of, I wouldn't say undermine, but I would say sort of under the sort of secondary purpose, really elevate kids to see, like you were saying about connecting kids from across different countries, like technology is the way for us to sort of develop relationships and understand different cultures and bias and other things that we possess while not necessarily having to travel to Baltimore or wherever you want to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though we will be traveling to Baltimore.
Well,
yes. As you would say, that would be awesome.
I love it. He said awesome. So
we'll talk about that later.
I want to piggyback on what Justin said, because the way that technology has opened up the world is really fascinating to me. I mean, I'm getting my instructional technology degree. I love tech. I'm a techie. I actually, side tangent, I kind of threw this topic at Juston. I sent him a link to a blog, and I was like, hey, let's do ed tech, trends in ed tech in 2018. And he was just like, okay. And it was great. So way to be flexible there, Juston. But the world is so much more open and so much more connected than it was 20 years ago when I was in school. And I am just so excited to see how it unfolds over the next 5 to 10 years. I think Jeff and I were talking about this the other day, or I was talking about it with somebody, but it's like we're at this cusp where there is so much more awareness for these kids, understanding and being able to communicate and collaborate. And I can't wait to see what happens with that. I think it's going to be fire and awesomeness.
Yeah, we were talking about how notoriously and historically the educational field has been a really slow moving machine.
Yes.
There's a lot of pieces and parts, so it takes a long time for new things to get put in place, to get discovered, to get agreed upon, and then actually be implemented. And over the last maybe 5 or so years, it's getting a little more steam. Honestly, I'd say over the last 18 to 24 months, it's gotten like a whole nother breath of steam. And over the next 5 to 10 years, education is going to change over the next 5 to 10 years more than it has in probably the last 20 or 30 years because of that. And you touched on, I think a huge point is that the ability for teachers to collaborate and share ideas. Like, it's just like you used to only have whoever was in the four walls of your building, or if you were ambitious enough to go outside of your building within your district, maybe in a surrounded district, but typically not, right? So typically it was just a couple doors down here, a couple doors down there, and maybe when your district got together. Now you're able to connect and collaborate with people from all around the world and every different subject matter, everything like that. And I think that collaboration, Chad says it all the time, that he believes that the solution to every single problem that we have in the world of education can be found in a classroom somewhere.
Agreed.
It may not be the solution to all, but there's a piece here, a piece there, a piece there, and if we all share it, we can find all those connections. A lot of what we train on are systems that have been built from discovering all these practices around the country and stuff. So, technology just allows us to connect and do that type of thing. It's just a really cool thing. So it's been fun to. Tiffany and I have been brainstorming about how crazy it's going to be over the next 5 to 10 years. So, anyway. Good point, Amber, chiming in there.
I love that Amber said that because it's okay. So I'm dominating the conversation. I'll be quiet after this. I promise.
Yeah, right.
We're talking tech. I can't help it. But
this is your thing.
Amber, how old is Amber? She's what, 20?
21? Is she 21?
21?
Oh, she's 21. Yeah.
So she's a student in college. She's awesome, by the way, if you don't know Amber. And she's kind of this indication for me of what we're seeing in education on a larger scale, is that the world is more open. And not only is it collaboration for us as educators, but our students see possibilities that weren't there before. And so, we hear this oftentimes, well, I'm not, I'm not here to entertain my students. Why don't they engage in the learning? Like, why is it my job to engage them? And I'm like, whoa. They realize that there's something better out there. Like, the world is open enough that they can see these possibilities. And that's why they're not going to put up with it anymore. And they're going to say, no, I deserve to be engaged in my learning. And I love that. Like, they're going to fight for it. So Amber just saying there, we have these tools. Why don't we use them? Like, she's a student right now, and she's just giving her voice. And I love it. I love the rebel kids.
I feel bad for her professors because she sees all this, like,
I know.
She's in this world, and we meet all these amazing educators everywhere. Like, the bar that she has to have for her professors has got to be just ridiculous. Which is great.
Right?
What's that?
But it's comical. We connect with future teachers all of the time. I mean, the amount of time that we spend at universities connecting with future teachers is ridiculous. And yet we're doing these presentations to them, and they are in front of us sitting in desks and in rows. I mean, it's comical. right? Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I was just at Illinois State presenting to a graduate level course, and it was this room full of really bright, innovative educators in rows and clunky desks nodding their head. I'm like, this is backwards. We have to be doing better than this, not only in the classroom at the primary level, but these need to start, going to the university level as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
So time to revamp all our trainings, Jeff.
Everything, huh?
I think additionally, I think Twitter and other platforms also sort of connect teachers to teachers. I think before, professional development was driven by researchers or college professors that thought they knew everything. But now I think with this connection and this ed tech is teachers are able to collaborate directly to things that work in other teachers' classrooms. It's not research that, I did this statistical analysis and this meta-analysis and created this great strategy, but I've never tried it in a classroom, so I don't know if it's going to work. Versus now we can connect directly to a teacher that says, hey, I've done this for my kids. It works. This is why it works. Here's how I do it. Try it in your classroom. And it's kind of more action research, which I think is more powerful. And thus it's going to impact student achievement more.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it. Chad and I were talking about that the other day, how it seems it's shifting more and more where the research behind things is becoming less and less important. That's not saying that it's not important, but it's becoming less and less important because, like what you just said, that action research is so much more effective. It's a heck of a lot quicker, too. It doesn't take me 6 months to find out whether it works or not because that's just not the world we live in anymore. But instead of waiting to hear and then reading all these numbers and statistics and then thinking, maybe it'll work in my classroom, I can talk to someone and connect with a teacher. And if I connect and I relate with that teacher and I realize that Tiff and I are alike. We think alike. We both love ed tech. Our students are at least similar enough. We're in the same thing. Like, I don't need a 50-page, 100-page research paper. I just need Tiffany to say, like, here's my grade book. Look, it's working pretty well for my kids. Okay, great. Now I can collaborate. And it's so much more instant. And it's going to be more effective that way. So I love that you brought that up.
I think to your point, Jeff, you really address not only the difference in this transition, but also the medium in which we're relaying the information, right? It's not just a research paper. I was on the phone with a teacher today from New Jersey that is not only a special ed teacher, but she also sits on the board of the district that her students go to. And she was voicing how they really need engaging teachers to be leading the PD for their teachers in the district, because teachers need to connect with, build a relationship with the instructor just like our students do. They need to be inspired and engaged to try something. So it's a different shift that we're in that she was really excited about.
Yeah, I want to bring Marissa up. Just her comment there saying that she wished she had been able to access all these resources and connect with major educators when she first started out. I think that's a great point. Yeah. Marissa's actually moderating one of the chats coming up, right?
Yeah, Marissa.
On the 26th. Let's give her a quick shout out there. I'll throw her up. So we got her coming on in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So good stuff.
I'm inspired by so many things, obviously, with my use of the word awesome and amazing, but it is so cool to me to not only see on one hand teachers like Susan, who is a student right now, she's a student teacher. And I think at the Be More Ed chat last night, Justin, there were a lot of students in that chat, and that was really cool too. And then at the same time, we have these teachers who have long careers behind them, and they're like, hold up, this is cool. Let's explore this new idea. There's that teacher down in Northridge, was it? Or somebody, maybe one of Chad's colleagues who had been teaching for like 28 years. And I don't know. But we hear stories all the time about teachers who are like, I'm 20 years into my career. Yeah. And I've been doing it the same way. And then I found this, and wow. So many things
hear
can
that.
Change
that's
now.
Like our favorite thing in the world. We hear that quite a bit. It's like the best of just. Yeah, the one you're actually talking about is a teacher named Bernie who, I think he's in his 30th year now, and like he's a good method. Like he was one of the first that grabbed onto it and really went for it, and just loved it.
And that we're really seeing that everywhere. If you're listening to this video and you haven't seen that in action, go to the private Facebook page, because even just today, Pam Erickson posted about just how much she loves teaching with mastery, and how great is it to not only teach throughout your day and have your normal day, but then log in on Facebook and see some teachers' aha moment, some teachers like passion, trying something new that they've never done for 20 years, and then trying it, and the kids are thriving.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch so many teachers recently, like in the last week and a half, sharing their first, like going after their first grade and getting into things and stuff like that. And then the collaboration that happens after that is just awesome to watch as the thread grows.
Yeah. It must be cool, Justin, being one of, you said you're in a group of teachers from all the different counties in Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm.
It must be, you guys must have some amazing collaboration that happens in that group. I mean, just bouncing ideas off of all you guys.
Yeah, it's an interesting group because also we're looking at different regions of the state, and Maryland is very diverse. But also you're looking at different levels. So each teacher of the year from each county is different. So like I teach 4th grade, but there's special ed, there's high school, there's music, there's art. So it's really interesting to kind of collaborate with them. What's interesting though on the flip side is even though we teach in different environments and in different schools and counties, we still face the same policy issues and other things like that, which is ironic, sad, but also a little encouraging that if we unite as a force of educators and consider our profession, I think, more professional than most people do consider it, I think we have a united group that using this ed tech could really push the policy in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So Justin, real quick, who was teacher of the year for 4th grade in your area?
Who was teacher of the year in 4th grade? That's in my area. It was me.
Oh, that's great. That's
that
guy. We hadn't said it live. We talked about it private going on, but I wanted to make sure we gave Justin a shout out for the fact that the teacher of the year. Right? And is it for Baltimore? Is it for the county? How does that? Or was it
my county is Baltimore City Public Schools. Okay. It's about 87,000 kids, about 8,000 teachers.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really cool. So let me stay on you real quick and go slightly off, not really off topic, kind of, but so I just kind of want to get your a thought, like what's got you fired up right now in your class or in your county, in your school, just in education in general. Is there anything that's got you just fired up, excited about teaching right now?
The thing that gets me going is arts integration. I love incorporating the arts in everything that we do. For example, last week we were doing a geometry unit for the last month, but last week I connected with some of my parents and community organizers, and we took specific types of lines and angles, and we actually did an art installation by taking down our ceiling tiles and painting them. So split with another and decorate their own geometric pattern on a ceiling tile, which now is an art installation in our classroom that our kids see every day. So they can literally look up in the sky and see parallel lines. And I think research proves that when you connect art to the brain and memory is stronger, and the neuron connections are stronger as well. So that's kind of my jam. As far as you talking about mastery learning, I think arts is combined with that is sort of my awesome, to use Tiffany's word, sort of thing.
I love it. That was good.
That's awesome.
See, I love it because I didn't know that about you, Justin. I mean, how many chats have we been in together, and how long have we been talking on Twitter? And I didn't know that arts integration was your thing. So that's cool. You're going to have to send me some stuff that I can figure out how to do in my own classroom.
Various resources and things. We have a partnership with Johns Hopkins, which is a local university here in Baltimore, with a method called brain targeted teaching that I think kind of fits into your guys' method as well. So we can collaborate more.
Love it.
Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff.
Awesome. I said it again. We should do a count sometime. How many times do I say awesome?
Amber, will you do a count?
I need a list of
Amber, add that to the tracking sheet and just
the data tracking sheet.
It would be Tiff's awesomes. So speaking of awesomes, we have a special treat in my book for everyone next week. Do you guys know who's hosting the chat next week? We never thought this day would come.
I know.
But it's happening, and Chad is going to host the chat next week, which is really cool. really excited. So I think he's watch. I don't know if he's watching right now or not, but I was hoping to make him embarrassed at home a little bit. But so Chad Ostrowski, who is the creator of the Grid Method and our fearless leader here, he's going to host it next week, and he's talking on his favorite topic, which is just the teach better mindset, which is what we build everything around, which is just always striving to be better and to just teach better for our kids. He's saying, there. Amber's confirming that I'm correct, and Chad is confirming that I'm also correct. That he was.
That he never thought it'd happen?
Yeah, either, and he's just scared.
It's gonna be okay, Chad.
You can do it.
Amber's gonna walk you through the whole thing. It's gonna be okay.
Tell him it's not too bad, Justin.
Yeah, hit me up. I can help you out.
Yeah, see, there you go. Open invitation from Teacher of the Year.
There you go.
What more can you ask for? So, I do want to touch on really quick. Rae mentioned the private Facebook group. If you're watching and you are not in our private Facebook group, you should get there. Just search the Grid Method on Facebook, and our page will come up, and then the Facebook group will come up. Click join group. Amber will get you in there. I'm actually going to be posting a special sort of announcement tonight right after the office chat. We're going to run in a pretty sweet deal on our online courses for the Grid Method that's going to be exclusive to that group. So
I thought it was a secret.
Yeah, I thought it was a secret too. He's just
until right now. It's still a secret as far as like what it is, how much, what kind of deal it is. But it's a deal in that group. So if you're not in that group, go get into it. And then
can Amber post the link? Amber, because you're watching, because you're always watching us. Can you post a link to the Facebook group? We love you, Amber.
Thanks, Amber.
And then I also want to mention, just because I've been working on the videos tonight, that we're really excited that the Teach Further course is like that close to being done and launched. I think we're on track to open up pre-sale for the course next week and then launch by the end of this month. And even more so, we've got an awesome gifted course on its way as well that Tiffany is working on. That's the link. You just get rid of the ref equals bookmarks because that's from Amber's bookmark thing there. So you can get into that way. That might still work, but it may not work with that last little bit on there. But that should still, you can get there close enough. But yeah, so Tiffany is working on an awesome gifted course that is on its way too. Will be next month coming out
for my birthday. Oh my gosh, this should totally launch on my birthday, April 29th. That's the deadline. That
gives us some time, so I'm good with that. Let's do that.
Yeah, April 29th.
We've also got a few other like free courses in the works as to a DOK course that you two don't even know about yet. And a social media course that you guys may or may not know about that will both be most likely be free or
and maybe
really,
Justin
really cheap.
Can teach us some things about art integration. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe we need to bring Justin in and do like a really sweet collaborative online course or something.
Do it.
Deal.
So anyway, good stuff. If you are,
I'm throwing that out there.
What's that?
Standards-based grading.
Oh, we have a standards-based grading course in its work too. In the works too. We got lots
and bite-sized mastery.
And bite-sized mastery, which is a collaborative project of Tiffany Rae, which is going to be really cool. I'm really excited about that because that one is like it's mastery learning combined with food, and that's just like mine and Chad's favorite things in the world. So
and it's cute. It's little. Bite size.
Yeah, which is not. That's not. Chad and I don't eat bite size.
No, you don't do bite size.
So like, I mean,
I'm sorry, Justin. We are loopy this time.
I guess bite size is relative to your, But anyway, we're way off topic here. Justin's wondering what he's doing on here with these people. But we like to have fun, so we're having a good time. Anyway, so go join the Facebook group. Come back next week for Mastery Chat with Chad Ostrowski. We're talking about the Teach Better Mindset. We'll be live beforehand, live afterwards. Everyone go follow Justin if you're not already. There's his handle up on the screen there. Join their chat on Wednesday nights. Justin, thanks again. Awesome chat. It was really, just another great chat. So really nice job. Really appreciate you doing that and joining us and hanging out with us and putting up with us here on live. Any final words from you, good sir?
No, I just want to say thanks for the opportunity, and I think, as I say all the time, if we do what's right for kids, that's all that really matters.
Absolutely. Stay focused on doing what's right.
Up with a bow.
We're going to end it like that. Awesome. Have a good night, guys.